Hey, greetings everybody. It is GleeCon coming back at you again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On our last episode, I think we must have read through the Ironforged Dwarf history, and we talked about some things, nothing really new. How they evolved kind of from the Earthen, how they, at this stage of Classic, they really don't know that much about their history, and that's kind of informed their decision to make the Explorers League, and kind of it affects how they are and how they interact with the world, and their relationship with the land, how Ironforge was built, and it talked some about the War of the Three Hammers. Really just expanding on getting a little flavorful with the text from the in-game book. That's about all they had to go on from that point. So we also did Erator just flying around getting liquor for people. And we called that a Red Ridge Mountains quest because he did a couple before. Off camera, I will have Maleficent and Nessingwary do the same. And then when we come back on the next round, we'll have Nessingwary on camera doing some actual quests in the zone, maybe exploring Red Ridge proper. But stay a while and listen as we dive in with Varrock, our Orc Warrior, tank spec, protection spec. And we're going to do some more quests in this area. So, select quest depopulate, but we are in Ratchet. Good old Ratchet Poo. What do we have here? We have the Crossroads, so I'm going to still let that stay. If you look at our actual list, okay, boom, boom, boom. Our lowest is Altered Beings, which is a 16. And then if you look at the quests of Ratchet, there's a variety. We don't have the space to pick up a ton. We're going to pick up as many as we can, but I might have to drop some of the higher level ones off. So Innkeeper Wiley here says, come in, just don't sit too close to the stove. Hasn't exploded yet today, but just to be safe, I think you should sit elsewhere. Okay, bro, fine. I won't sit next to your stove. And this inn is otherwise devoid, except it looks like we've got some centaur pelt. I just think it's so disgusting, the idea of centaur pelts. Reggie Fuzz, the stable master. Great name on that one. Okay, Captain Thalothos Brightsun. We will pick up this quest. It is an actual... I think this is a blood elf. And this is one of the few that we see pre-Burning Crusade.
Hello.
The Guns of Northwatch. Yet another ship from my fleet has been lost to those overzealous humans at Northwatch Hold. Those bastards must be dealt with. Their paranoia has them in a state of frenzy. Trigger-happy, reckless louts are shooting at anything in their sights. Travel south along the merchant coast to hold and lay siege to their forces. Bring me the medals of their soldiers as proof, and for the love of my fleet, slay Captain Fairmont and her overzealous cannoneers. So, it's humans at Northwatch Hold. So again, this is from the book we read, I think, Northwatch Hold. I don't know, maybe it's over here. I don't exactly know, but we're going down this way for that quest. And if you look at it, that's where they're at. And there is an actual quest free from the hold. So they want us to actually hike down quite a bit, and it's level 20. So we're not doing that on this episode. That was the Broken Keel Tavern. We're going to look along at Jazik's General Goods. I think this is... Let's see what we have in here. We have Jazik, the man himself. Nothing special. Rannick with trade supplies. He does have some various recipes, but nothing that applies to us as a blacksmith and an orc who can't cook for crap. And on the second floor, we just don't have anything, so cool. And in this building, just an open shop with Isaac Pearson, a level 22 humanoid that can be killed, but I'm not going to be killing him because on the off chance it pisses off the guards or something, I don't want that. Alright, so we have Iron Zara's imported weaponry, and look, we have a goblin shredder that's sort of defunct right there. So inside, here's a forge, in case we were to need it. This is kind of my jam right here with this character. So let's go ahead and smelt some copper up while we're here. Smelt it up. I've been really getting into training my characters. He's almost 19, like I'm going to sneeze and hit level 19. So there's a chance, depending on how our questing goes, that we will hit level 20 with him on this episode, which would be cool. Neat. We don't have a ton of copper to smelt. Sometimes you start collecting 40, 50 pieces of copper, you might as well go get yourself a cool beverage while you wait, because it takes a long time. I do like with LVUI, it'll kind of tell you the exact time it's going to take you to finish crafting when you do craft all, create all. So that's kind of a neat feature. One of those. I don't think they do that with the actual, like, in retail. I think you have to get them on. Look, that was yellow and I failed twice. Alright, so Iron Czar has some stuff. I don't care about it. He's got, I just don't care. His axe is better, but I don't want to spend 44 silver for like a 1 point DPS upgrade. And I would lose whatever magical enchantment that I have. What's this? Like an ashtray or something. Alright, out front we have Mibok Mizirix. He's got 2 quests for us. Yes, you're just the walk I'm looking for. Sir, we have much to discuss. After horns. I have like 1.5 different goblin voices, that's it. The raptors of the Barrens are smarter than raptors in other lands, and I think all that smart's hiding in their horns. If so, then I could grind their horns into powder and use it to make smart drinks. I could sell them for a fortune. You can help me. Find me intact raptor horns from the Sunscale Scythe Claws. They roam in the southern Barrens and in the northern Barrens near the border of Ashenvale Forest. Back. Gotcha, Meebach. Time is money, friend. He also wants deep moss spider eggs. Spider egg omelets are a new fad in Booty Bay. The problem is Booty Bay's got no eggs. I smell an opportunity. In Windshear Crag and Sishear Canyon in the Stone Talon Mountains to the northwest lives the deep moss spider. Bring me its eggs, and I'll pay a bundle. In Windshear Crag, the eggs will be clustered under what trees remain. In Sishear Canyon, well, if you have a weak stomach, then maybe you should just collect the eggs at Windshear Crag. I agree, because you look here, where can we find? That's the eggs, all in Stone Talon. What's this? A serpent bloom. That's an egg hunt, a different kind of egg hunt. So, yeah, it's telling you. I don't see where on this map it's gonna give us any options to find them elsewhere. What about Nashville? So, either way, that is level 20 also. So I'm not stressing running out and going to do that in a second. Again, not going to happen on this episode. We have plenty of other quests to occupy our time. There's Clicks the Fisherman. Clickety-click. What does he have for us? He does have the recipe for Rainbow Fin Albacore and Bristle Whiskered Catfish. Good to know. However, we don't have those recipes. This is where the Plate and Chain armor shop is, and that's the Brewmaster that we've already picked up his quests.
Hey, how you doing?
Ooh, that's a nice shield. I'm not paying for it, but it is nice.
Money, friend.
If only you had like infinity money, then sure, why not? Then why would you ever even need blacksmithing? So, all right, and Liv Rizzlefix is a workshop assistant. She just says, "Hey, this workshop isn't mine, no, but one day after I finish training, I am going to be an inventor, just like my hero, Marvin Rivetseeker. You never heard of him? Well, it just so happens that he left quite some time ago to study some ancient troll ruins he kept talking about. He left in a Zeppelin. Not quite sure where exactly he went. Tanarison? Tanarison? Liv shakes her head. No, that's not it. And Archimonde's Return to the Flight to Kalimdor book is in there, but she's clearly talking about Tanaris. So we'll meet up with her mentor much later. Alright, so this is, I believe this boat takes you to Booty Bay. We're not going there.
Hey,
Wharfmaster Dizzywig with the Miner's Fortune. Being Wharfmaster of a busy port like Ratchet, I keep my finger on the pulse of information. I know all about the exchange of goods and money between here and Booty Bay. The latest bit of news I've heard is about the venture company's Boulder Lone mine, northeast of the Sludge Fen. One of the miners discovered an emerald the size of your fist. I know a few buyers would be interested in getting their hands on something like that, and I'd be willing to go half and half on its sale.
Keep it real.
I somehow don't believe he's going to go half and half with me.
What's up?
Here's Grimble, the shipmaster, who will tell us how to go to Stranglethorn. Ratchet Bruiser, Ratchet Bruiser, Ratchet Bruiser. Okay, and he says, "You look like you might be needing passage across the Great Sea. Well, you have come to the right place. This here is the birth of the Maiden's Fancy, finest passenger ship to travel these waters. When she arrives, you just climb aboard, and the next thing you know, you will find yourself basking on the sandy beaches of Stranglethorn." Sure, I'll get right on that, bro. Alright, if you look here, oh, we have a wanted poster. We're also running out of room. We have room for 4 more quests. So we automatically are going to most likely have to drop one. For now. Wanted Baron Longshore. Wanted Baron Longshore, Captain of the Heedless. Captain Longshore of Gilneas leads vessels of the South Sea freebooters and is wanted on charges of piracy. Remains must be in identifiable condition. Gaslow. Here is the bank. Is there anything I can stash in there? Because, geez Louise, we're running low on space. I mean, I could put some of my ore in there.
Have a good one.
Whatever. Oh, I have leather? That's good to know.
Time is
so I
money,
do have
Frank.
leather and gems and stuff. So what? I guess I can toss that malachite in there. For when I, if I need to craft something that requires those things, I do have the option. So, for instance, this requires... Oh, I don't have the silver bar, but I have the leather. So good to know. This axe is only a little bit better than the one I have. I can buy that. I don't have the silver bars, but I have the silver ore. If only I learned how to smelt it. So if I learn how to smelt silver soon, I can build that for myself. I just passed one. Alright, so here's Crane Operator. Big ol' Fuzz. That's his crane.
Yo.
Trouble at the docks.
Whoops, had no mishap as you can see. The morning cargo shipment from Booty Bay was huge. Huge, I say. Never seen so many crates. Well, I was trying to expedite things, so I started unloading a bit more than I could handle. That's when everything came tumbling down. Before I knew what was going on, I saw that menace, Mad Maglish, go running off with a bottle of 99-year-old port, chasing all the way to Whaling Caverns. No way I was going in there. Maybe you're brave enough to find them?
Be good.
Alright, so that's a dungeon quest they've given us. We now have a second one for in the Whaling Caverns when we get to that. Oh gosh.
Yo.
Alright, so here is Sputter Valve. Director
Riddlebox put me in charge of the Union's Shredder Development Program. A few months on the job and I'm already in hot water. I could use your help, Varrock.
Well, how can I help?
See, the venture company's new shredder is better than my latest, from the interchangeable hands to the control grips. Bosses give me a pretty strict deadline, but my boys and I couldn't come up with anything. Nothing was working, so we decided to borrow one of their prototypes. I sent Whizzlecrank to the sludge fen to steal one, but he hasn't gotten back yet.
Okay.
Keep it real. Time is money,
And he
Frank.
says, Samoflange.
The venture company set up a small research facility far to the north of here, southwest of the sludge fen. I don't know very much about what they're doing, but did manage to discover that they're experimenting with something called a Samoflange. What the heck is a Samoflange? Well, whatever it is, I want to examine it, so I need someone to go get it. I obtained a copy of their control system operating manual. You should be able to figure out how to disengage the
Have a good
Samoflange from it. We're gonna have to do some reading.
What's up?
And here's Ziz Physics.
The venture company stole many of the best goblin mines, but from time to time we get the opportunity to steal some back. A while ago, the venture company outfit in the Stone Talon Mountains hired Gorenzo Wrenchwhistle, a gnome. Their other engineer, Ziz Physics, was so taken aback by this, he pleaded with me to find him new employment with the Tinkers Union. I sent him on a few tasks, but he might need help. Maybe you could look in on him for me? He's stationed at the western edge of Windshear Crag.
Keep it real.
Alright, so that's... Where's Ziz... What's that quest called? It's called Ziz Physics. That's it right there. So, that is a quest. That's a perfect one to drop if I have to, because I'm... Actually, Chen's Empty Kick. No, I'm going to keep that. Ziz Physics, a level 21 quest that will send me into Stone Talon. That's a good one to drop. Especially since I don't even know that I'm going there. Look, there's Renix's Gizmotronic apparatus, and that's Renix the Wretched. He's alive at my touch. Alright, and final spot in here we have Vazario Link Grease,
Hey, how
the
you
Master
doing?
Goblin Engineer.
Greetings. If you had access Goblin Engineering Schemata, please have your Goblin Engineer membership card ready for verification.
Good.
Journeyman engineer.
What, you want something?
He can teach me to be an engineer.
One.
I don't want that.
Ah,
Gag
there's a
Sprocket.
customer.
You can sell some things. And then
Hey there.
Gazlo,
Just passing through.
the South Sea freebooters.
All pay me and my boys well for helping out with the construction of Orgrimmar.
Gazlo, he's a famous one.
So I decided to set up a port here. We do most of our business through Booty Bay and Baron Revelgaz.
Alright, so I'm going to take this physics and abandon that quest. Pick it up
Sure
later.
could use your
Pick
help,
up
kid.
South Sea freebooters.
I sure wish Vice Admiral Greslick did a better job of keeping the seas safe for our trading vessels. All the gold trade princes have poured into the trade fleets. It ticks me off to see so many pirates running willy-nilly raiding my ships and stealing my goods. I heard that the South Sea freebooters have set up a camp just south of here. They've been a real thorn in my side, and if Greslick won't help take care of them, well, maybe you can help me get rid of them.
Maybe, but that's not my highest priority right now. I'm gonna go. Actually, we could do that because that's right to the south. All right, cool. Let's start with that, because then maybe we can pick up that other quest for now. All right, so it is time now to actually begin with the questing. Rough sharpening stone, coarse sharpening stone. Button. Go ahead and sharpen up the old axe. Drink the old health up. And when we get to the... Let's start reading about the control console for the Samoflange. Because we'll do that quest probably next. The Samoflange control console can be used to automatically regulate the flow of fuels, gases, liquids, and related machinery. Once initial configuration has been completed, it should run worry-free with minor maintenance. Brief listing of control console components from left to right. 1. Main power lever. Engage position enables the Samoflange. The control mechanism will not automatically disengage. When the lever is put in the off position, this will merely begin the cooldown process. Okay, by the way, you have to kind of follow around to the upper shops and go south to make your way down to all the pirate stuff. At which point it will take roughly 1 to 2 minutes, depending on the situation, to turn off. Meat sweat. Important note, the main power lever can only be manipulated when the 3 control valves on the actual machinery have been disengaged. These valves can be shut off in any order. The first is the main control valve, which can be found at the base of the large vertical smokestack. Next, the fuel control valve can be found on the large pipe, which leads from the fuel tanks, there should be 3 of them, to the smokestacks. Finally, the regulator valve can be found in the lower of the 2 large cylindrical tanks that flow into the smokestack. 2. Fuel gauges. Displays the current pressure in the primary, secondary, and tertiary fuel tanks. 3. Flow gauge. Displays the current rate of flow within the system. 4. Flow controls. Increase or decrease the flow rates. This is automatically controlled by the Samoflange control mechanism. 5. Temperature gauge. This displays the operating temperature of the system in general. Okay, so that's just kind of like some flavorful text for when we... I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out kind of what rotation I should be busting out with these guys. Alright, so definitely popping that is a must. Maybe I should be weakening them, leave some for revenge, and then maybe bust a block out just to help me. They knock me down. Yeah, I need that. Last longer. These guys are not very strong. I'm compared to me. I'm higher level than them. They're gray, as a matter of fact. This is low risk, low reward type of situation for me. But whatever. I'm getting some linen out of it. No. He's a South. He is on the list. I don't know if he's gonna if he have a hero strike yet. Oh, I forgot I was so close to leveling up. Perfect. So what do we got here? Yes, the last rank of armor value increase. So we now can move on to the 3rd rank, and I get even more armor. What's my armor? 1,000. I broke 1,000 with that upgrade. I guess let's look for the cannoneers because it seems yeah, because it seems like the brigands are everywhere. I need my roar. Do shamans learn dagger? It says yes. No sword. The deckhand's shirt? Oh gosh, I got a shirt out of this. I'm wearing a brawler's harness. Switching over to a deckhand's shirt. I think the brawler's harness I started with. I'll wear this greasy undershirt I just picked up with some guy. So who wouldn't do that? It's completely normal behavior. Hey, I just murdered you. I see that you're wearing the nice greasy undershirt. So I'm thinking I just take it and put it right on. Why would I not do that? Why would I? Why? My reputation with Ratchet's increasing a little bit slowly, which contributes to that whatever insane in the membrane. Not as of course I stashed the malachite, so it's immediately the first time I swing an axe, swing a pickaxe. I pick it up. There's a cannoneer. Don't you shoot me. Spot. Duo ZG boost. I don't even know what the heck that is. I mean, I know that ZG means dual grub. I know what a boost is. It's like, oh, there's Tazan. Remember, I had to wait forever to kill him with Samoflange. A couple episodes back. They're asking how you rate this channel. They're like 4 out of 5. It would be a 5 if there was more black book depths. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. See, that's the thing. I guess. Oh, why are you running away? So you don't bring back any friends. And they did. Okay, so I'm gonna bust my shield out there. See what I can do. Luckily, these are pretty low. I'm gonna hurt myself to see if I can speed this fight up. I don't think I need to use a potion yet. Have to run through my last potion. Oh, I forgot I had this disarm. Okay. I missed with the disarm. Great. Okay, so I did have to use a potion, but I ended up fighting 4 guys at once, so I guess that's pretty solid. That's a maul, though. That's going to be 2-handed. And it's not even among an alliance side, because I could send it to... I could send it over to my dude that I so desperately need, but I don't think you can do cross-faction mail. Back in the day here. Now you can, which I love. But I actually think that's relatively new. I think that's a Dragonflight thing. Yeah, what am I going to use? Bosses, I guess. Mobs in dungeons. I don't know. Alright, so we're making good progress. We need 5 more guys and we're done. And hopefully he doesn't give me a follow-up to this one. I need to clear some of that quest space out. Because then we're going up to Samoflange after this. Because these are the level 14 quests, that's why they're so low. Cool. But yeah, we're just killing... We've killed a bunch of these. We killed a ton of Samoflange. This is just an actual quest. There's South Sea. So we've talked about the South Sea area on on that one Dungeons and Dragons book a couple books back where we just did an exploration of the world. Okay, so 3 guys to go. So far, so good. I just got Overpower, which is sort of like the arms stance of Revenge with my arms warrior that I'm doing with Mrs. Gleekon. Oh, dang it. I just realized I already had this guy. I'm sorry, dear viewer, that you have to see me blunder around. We don't have to. But that if you have selected to spend time with me, that you are being subjected to that. Try to pump this energy up higher for you. I've had an incredibly long work week. Like I've talked about a lot recently, probably too much. Oh gosh, why? It's just been a lot. Been a lot. Let's see if I can kill her without having to bust a potion out. This time I'm not gonna do the little blood on myself. Another tiger's eye. Let's continue to heal it up. But I mean, it was. I'm probably gonna wind up having worked like 60 hours this week for no additional pay. What is it that is showing me right there? That's Baron Longshore. Let's kill that dude since we're right here. Let's do that. I didn't know he was all up there. How do you get? Oh, he's down there. He could be here. He could be there. I see. I guess let's just peek around, because if that's all we have to do is kill him, and he could be any place right here. We'll peek, and if he has spawned someplace relatively easy, just get him right now. There's a chest. There he is. Okay. Alright, so we should be good to go on killing him. And I want that chest too, since we're over here. Why not? He didn't come. He didn't aggro. There we go.
Can't do that yet.
Okay, so this is a perfect disarm candidate. There we go. Nailed it. Because he's a tougher guy, and then I'm fighting two at once. That was a good disarm situation. Ow, jerk. Okay. My dog is such a bozo. I just felt something hit my butt. He just literally came over and flopped, got his head, flopped this toy like onto my foot. So, but I don't feel like I'm sitting here neglecting the dog. I like worked all day and literally came home and played with him for like half an hour when I got home. And he's not being left here alone. It's not like I worked all day while he was in the crate all day. Like there's a very small window of time when he's ever not having someone home with him because of the way that everyone's work schedules at the house works out. Priest's Mace of Stamina. Oh, that thing is weak. Dang it. Why are you protecting your treasure? I mean, I know you're a pirate and all, but you're acting really cliche right now. You're like a cop with donuts. Like, really? Is this a look that you want to be giving me? That's another Warhammer I could be giving my dude. Oh my.
I can't carry it.
They're rubbing it in my face. Get rid of that sharp cheese. I don't care about your bananas either. speaking of officers of the law, today I was driving home from work, and I was in a zone that's like a 55, and normally probably, I mean, not that I condone speeding or anything. This is a law-abiding podcast, but I probably usually go like 60 on that road, maybe 61. Like, I try to take like me and my weird ways, my systematic ways. So I usually try to keep myself within 10% of the speed limit. I typically go about 10% over, and I feel safe in that. So if I'm going at 55, that means I can go about 6 miles over. That's normally what I do. So 61, maybe 62. But I was just kind of keeping up with the flow of traffic, and I was, you know what? And I don't know what happened now that I think about it. Like, I'm not sure what triggered this police officer interaction, but because I was at a light, and the light, like, I was probably at the light for like 10 minutes, and it kept cycling through and not changing. So a couple cars ahead of me, like, just pulled off into the right lane and turned right, and then went down the street and made like a U-turn or whatever instead. So I waited, I gave it couple more minutes, and then I did the same thing. So that might have triggered this, or it might have been the fact that I was going about 65. But I'm driving, and I was hungry because I didn't like bring any extra work, and I worked food, and I worked so long, so I grabbed a lollipop while I was at work, and I was enjoying my lollipop on the drive home. And so I'm just sitting there driving, listening to the radio. Like, I wasn't doing anything wrong. Like, I'm following the rules of the road. I didn't have my phone. Like, there's nothing too bad. But all of a sudden, like, lollipop in mouth, like I'm a grown man sucking on a lollipop, and I just turn over and look out, and there's a cop that's just riding parallel to me, just staring me down, eyes boring into me. And then, like, I'm like, just like eating my lollipop.
Welcome to
All right, here's
Ratchet.
Gaslow. We'll turn
Hope
in
you're
both
looking
these
for
two.
work.
You did good, lad. A little more work like that, and it'll be one less thing I'll have to worry about. Hopefully they'll be convinced that they should relocate their operation elsewhere. In the meantime, there's the small matter of getting back the goods they stole from me. So dang it, he's giving us more. The missing shipment. I've been waiting forever for my last shipment of goods from Booty Bay. I'm pretty sure that it must have been stolen by the freebooters. But just to make sure, will you go down to the dockside and ask Dizzywig if my goods were already put into my warehouse without my knowledge? Yeah, take my ledger down to Dizzywig. I don't have the room for that. I can already tell you right now. He's gonna... Do I need the Samoflange manual? Looks like I do. I guess we're gonna... Actually, I'll get rid of these shoes.
Keep it quick, kid. I ain't got all day.
And have him double check my inventory records against his laws.
Alright, so also...
Hey there. Just passing
What's
through.
happening? Something I can help you with? Goods to ship? Perhaps an engineering job? Ah, that sort of business. You know, I saw the Heedless once on the open seas. Via some ship. What's that? Boat. Those sailors are so particular. Anyways, watching it glide across the water was quite a sight to see. I'm glad our infamous captain will trouble my ships no longer. Okay, good. Thanks for actually ending that one there.
Yo.
That buys me a spot. I also should have probably just sold instead of trashing. Dumb of me. What can we do with these? I can make some heavy linen. Well, that's interesting little font they had there. Anyway, so the cop was obviously like, I don't know what you want to say. I appreciate police officers. I'm not trying to bash them or anything, but I think there's definitely an element of like a power dynamic. Like, I don't know if he was scolding me. I'm not 100% sure. Like, yes, I was technically speeding, but I was also keeping up with the flow of traffic. Like, I was definitely not the only one driving around. Not that that makes it right, but he would have had to single me out. Maybe he was mad at me for my inappropriate turning. Like, but
Have a
then,
good
and
one.
he might have not saw the fact that the light was there so long, and
What's
a
up?
bunch of other people did it also before me.
Be
Like,
good.
I don't feel like I was
Time is money,
being
friend.
that naughty to deserve the stare down. But anyway, then once he made eye contact with me, then he pulled behind me and rode behind me. I don't know if he was running my plates or what. And then he didn't. He just followed me for a couple minutes and then he turned. So whatever. He decided I wasn't worth his time, or it was just a power play. I don't know. The scolding
Have a
look
good
like
one.
I was being a naughty boy by his standards. I don't know. I mean, by the rules of the road. I both made an illegal right-hand turn, and because I had to turn out of my lane to do that. Although I was trapped, my alternative was to sit there
What's up?
for an indefinite amount of time. All right, so this one we might as well turn in the missing shipment.
Where's the send on the next ship, Varrock? Ah, Gasso sent you, did he? Just a moment. Let me take a look here and check my own logs. Make sure I didn't have Gazlo's shipment sent to the wrong place. But he's waiting for those moves from Drizzlick. Everything looks square from my records, Varrock. Go on back and tell Gazlo he's out of luck. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the pirates that didn't have his goodies. Nothing else I can do for him. Oh, you could tell him that I've got some things from Undermine for him when he has the time to come pick them up.
Keep it real.
Thank you for sending me back and forth. Nothing pleases me more than running back and forth between two guys that are like, I don't know, 100 yards away from each other. Not even. Like 40 yards, 50 yards, I don't know. Like, that's not a football field right there. Maybe half of one, but maybe that's a stretch.
Welcome to Ratchet.
So what did
Hope
Dizzy
you're
Wig have
looking
to
for
say?
work.
No dice, eh? I guess it must have been the freebooters then. Dizzywig's on the level. I'm sure he wouldn't cheat me like that. After all, he is on the payroll. Looks like I got some goods to get back, Varrock. What do you say?
Stolen booty.
Well, I'd like to recover all my goods. I'm sure that's not possible. Still, there's a few things that I absolutely must have. As you see, my inventory is ready to go, but it needs the smaller of the two lenses. The first arrived by caravan from Duratar, but the second was bound by ship and never arrived. Also, I never got my boot shipment from Drizzlick and Booty Bay. Head down to the pirate camp and see if you can find it.
Alright, so he wants me to go down that way. It is a 16, but that is where we're gonna turn our attention back to Samoflange. That's a 14. Now, Samoflange is way up here. On the way, we may find ourselves killing some other creatures. Sport, for joy, for whatever you want to call it. Maybe I will just head my way north because we can get some Scythe Claw killing while we're at it. So we're maxed out at that 20. Again, we're going to have to drop off Ziz Physics if the quests require. We do have this quest. So most likely we're going to have to kick to the curb one or two other quests. I think I would also ditch Chen's Empty Keg because it's a repeatable level 24 quest. And most likely that means that these things will drop whether or not I have the quest. So we do need some Angry Scythe Claws. Alright, and we've technically finished. I mean, if you can count the running back and forth, I think we've done 4 quests so far, so we're good. We're making good, like, mildly good progress. But we've done 2, say, real quests. So, my hope is that we can get a couple other real ones doing, not counting just turning in Samoflange, but kind of counting that. Maybe we can get the Angry Cyclaws. Stolen Booty does kind of need to be done. It doesn't take us all the way down there. It takes us right up to Northwatch, but not quite in it. So it is a viable option for another quest. But if we're walking all the way up to Samoflange, I'm finishing those, whatever they are, like whatever level they end up being. Anyone want to bring back Barrens chat and Chuck Norris jokes? Oh my gosh, can I think of one like off the cuff? something about like. How many push-ups can Chuck Norris do? All of them? Yeah, there we go. So, how about... I was trying to think of something about, like, Barrens chat coming, like... Chuck Norris calls them earth lifts. There we go. I love that everyone just jumps right on board. Thanks, Barrens chat, for providing some entertainment. I was in Elwyn Forest was like a Barrens chat for my wife and myself the other night. There was some people there. It was popping off. It was pretty funny. It was entertaining me quite a bit. This is the peon. I don't see it. It says the scythe claw. I came this way because it says scythe claws populate in this area. Yikes. That doesn't even... I mean, that's Barrens chat for you. Now someone's starting... Am I... Someone is... That's kind of funny. About the strong fishing pole. I don't want to dive too deep into it. That'd be like if I opened up like a Patreon and did like... This is bonus content, adult language for the Patreon users. I'm not gonna do that, guys. Don't worry. Not anytime soon. Maybe if I really start making it big, but I like Legendary if they're Tauren. That's a clever name. I just feel like I've been seeing and hearing Patreon everywhere lately. Like I've been hearing it on all my podcasts. They're talking about having Patreon. I saw it like on Reddit the other day. There's some like phone games. Like I think Retro Bowl, which I have, like talks about a Patreon. I don't know. Like it's just all of a sudden. There's Patreon everywhere. But I feel like what would I do I want to make exclusive content? Like I just have such verbal diarrhea of the mouth and I just say so much anyway. Like what would you want more? The only thing I could think of is how we look. That quest is possible Kodo liver, so let's kill that too. Maybe if I started, like I could consider if I was ever gonna do a Patreon. Like, I've talked about playing, like, World of Warcraft the board game. So I could have, like, some of my Patreon... Like, we could do, like, a Patreon thing where we stream that for the people of Patreon, or people of Patreon can get in, because I think, like, 6 or 8 people can play at once or something. So you could have, like, a Patreon... top donators. Again, I might just do all this for free, because that would also be cool. I don't want to like exclude people, but if I ever was trying to really make money off of this, which I mean, not out of like a greed perspective, but I would love to have the time to up the quality of the show. And right now I'm going for quantity of content rather than quality, but I would love it if I could do both. I feel like this show could be so much better. I have so many good ideas that I just don't have the time to do. Like, I would love to edit it. Or, even better, I would love to pay someone to edit the show, to produce it. Like, not in real time. Or, yeah, sure, why not? I would love to add audio clips. They're cool, we got a co-deliver right off the bat. I would love better music. I would love to, like, find somebody, like, you know, I know a few people that have bands. Have them make like a theme song for the show instead of just generic free audio clip available from public, whatever they call that, like public record or public archive, or I don't know what you call it. To have like wipes and just, I like the talking in real time. I think that's cool, but definitely like cleaning up you guys shouldn't need to see like DOSBox when I'm doing that, or like there's just little things that I could edit visually, auditorially, the stupid running, clicking noises of the dog, all that stuff that if I just had more time. But I want to like keep reaching out and talking and producing the content at a good rate, so that's what I choose. And that's just where it's got to be. I would love to have more than one person on the show. Like, I would love to... one thing that you notice, like, successful people that do, like, podcasts, and it's never one person. It's always at least two, and often more. So, I think having someone to riff off of and play with... Now, that's... in itself, that's tough, because you need someone that's willing to get on your schedule and work towards a similar goal, have the same vision, have a good rapport. It's a lot to ask of adults that are not treating it like a job. Like, how often, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but how often as an adult do you, like, hang out with a friend on a regular basis? Like, I'll be lucky if I hang out with, like, a friend or family member once every couple months, like, you know, choose any particular one. And again, that just might just be me and my age. I think younger people maybe probably get it going more than that, but even when younger people hang out, it's a lot of, you're going to places to do things that are usually generally entertaining regardless of who you're with, and it just makes for good company. But like with something like this, like what my wife and I are doing, like that would be where she's willing to like go along for the ride on the vision I have for like what our lore master journey would be or whatever. But she's no desire for any kind of online fame or anything like that. So I'd need to get someone that was interested in having the camera personality. Why was Blink-182 so awesome? I guess that is taking it to Aaron's chat. So we need 3 of these feathers. I think I've kind of accomplished that goal. What am I doing? I don't want to die, but I'm sort of not paying attention. I have to bandage up after this fight. So anyway, the point of all that is, hey, there are some things we could do that I would love to do. We have all 3 feathers, so we could go and find... I don't need any more. Right there or where the nests are. So if I want to, I could get rid of this belt, this quest, if I come down there. So keep that in mind. I don't need any more scythe claws. I have the sunskill feathers that I need. What else do we need? We need Thunderhawk, and we need lightning lands from the storm people. Whatever. We'll get there. It's going to be tough because it's... I would need, to do something like that, you need a pretty good amount of support. Like, I don't want to be poor and destitute and, like, kind of make money off of, like, a show like this. And, I think one of the things that's good about working at a company for a long time and getting yourself a salary is you have a modicum of job security, and you're almost like a freelancer or something if you are working on a show like this. So there's a lot of considerations, and so in the meantime I just like to have fun, but I would love to at least increase the quality of the show. Even if I got up to the point where the show could pay for its own producer, then I would just take my money and flip it around and do that. And just as long as I could have, I wouldn't want to come out of pocket for that. So as long as I could have like a 0, at least as you know, be in the black on the show. All right, so we got all kinds of little things going on right here. This is our Venture Co people. This is where we're gonna have to do what we need to do with the Samoflange. Of course. No, no, no. Brought a friend. What a stinking jerk. I mean, they're weak at least. Don't you run, dude. That's good. So I got the other. I got the. I don't know what the heck I was saying. Got something. Got another potion. Part of it, I guess. I should have done. Bandage it up again. Got something. Got something. There. Alright, so we are, from a lore perspective, we are exploring some more of the South Sea freebooters. We're seeing how, or no, actually these are a combination of pirates and the Northwatch. So we're doing a little of this, little of that, and it's almost like there's a connection between the Northwatch pirates and the South Shore freebooters. And I wonder if we can explore and find more of a connection there. Okay, I like how they're not being triggered. Got a silver bar. That was one of the things I needed. Okay, so I'm ditching that too, because just in case this makes me pick something up. Alright, a variety of buttons, levers, and blinking lights are somewhat erratically arrayed on the face of the control console. A small gauge indicates that the apparatus is currently operating within optimal levels and indicates that control valves 1 through 3 are currently open. There's a small keyhole set into the lower right side of the control panel. The 3 control valves are currently open. The various readings on the control panel lead you to presume that they must be shut off before the apparatus can be shut off. Okay, so we need that. It's on the actual, like, we've got to walk around and actually hit these valves. I don't think this quest is that complex. Don't think I'd bring anybody else. Brought 3. Get my... I thought that was like a shield wall. It is not.
It's too far.
Spoiler. Bro. Okay. We're just gonna block this off. Hopefully he doesn't bring back yet another person. Come on, bro. He did. Luckily he ran in a bad direction. Got us a haunch of meat. Let's just eat that. Get it out of the inventory. Okie dokie. Alright, now let's turn these switches off. So we can do the fuel control valve. Cool. Let's cut off. The regulator valve. They're not even getting mad. Coming to run to turn it off. Now I do not know. Get away from there. I don't know where the third one's at. I can't remember. That's it. Main control is literally right there. Come back. Yeah, I wish I had... I mean, I do have hamstring, but hamstring seems to be something I should probably be utilizing. But I think you gotta be in battle stance for that. Alright, we shut it off. Hey, get away from there. Hey, you. Get away from there. Okay, I will do. Let's revenge it up. Of course. Hey, run off and tell your friends we got a really good thing going on over here. It involves murder. I don't know what's going on with my dude. Should have been ready for the run. Thanks for dying. Okay, so we shut off everything we needed to. Go back to the control console. The lights indicating the 3 control valves dim as they are shut off. Green lights slowly fade into yellow, and the switch controlling the apparatus is now movable. With the valve closed, it can be turned off. With the apparatus deactivated, the control panel can be opened up and the Samoflange removed from the console. With everything else in place, all that is left is to acquire the key to unlock the console. So I need the key. Where on earth do you get the key from? Over there, I bet. Oh, that's the cat's eye emerald way up there. I wonder if I should, I wonder if I should spend some time going to get that. Anyway, I bet the key is in this little thing. It's probably like some kind of leader. Okay, let's see what we can get going on here.
Need to raid.
That guy's gonna come fight me. I have a feeling. Just let him go off. I don't even care. Yeah, that guy ran off. He didn't stick around for the fight, but I did murder these other 2. Okay. Yep, there's Tinker Sniggles. It also looks like there is a quest within. Okay, so what's going on? Oh man, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so we're fighting old Tinker Snigs. He's gonna run. Why would he not? They do. And let's see. Yeah, I feel like my DPS is low, but I guess it kind of just is as a tank. That's just par for the course. Sure. Okay, let's bandage up. Look, that's a copper vein, but it also said that there was a quest somewhere. Okay, so we got the console key. I guess the quest is a little further up. I don't know if I want to fight these guys for copper ore. I guess I will. I'll fight one. But yeah, so we're doing okay. We haven't really, I mean, I've been able to handle a steady stream of dudes. Okay, I gotta be ready for them to run. I gotta get a pre-step on them. Alright. Okay, so we've technically done... We're getting a little bit close to timing out here. Wish I had a dragon flying right now. I would just take any kind of flying. I don't need it to be a dragon, but the dragons are nice and fast. Especially once you get your tree maxed out. Then there's no comparison. Like, you were just zooming around. I like it. I know I've heard some people complain, but like, or they don't love it. I like it. That's not classic. That's true. It's not. Yeah, it's like, why would you want classic? Why would you be playing classic if what you want is literally what's just going on in retail right now? Seems kind of silly. Okay, obvious Andy. Thought his name was Frosty B. Jeez. Come on. Little go get your mommy over there. Bring him back. They said flying off the dailies. There's actually not that many dailies right now. I'm not even doing any. There's no point. At least, or I'm missing something. I don't care. I got the keys. I've busted through the vault a few times. I'm not particularly interested in anything that you're getting from it. I have maxed out rep with all the factions, so who cares? Not I. I am... Okay. I'm glad that I didn't bring another. So worried about that. But I'm more sick of this walking. I mean, whatever. That's part of it. Like the guy said, it's part of classic. Why? Jerk, let me heal up. This is gonna stink. So I'll use that potion right now, because if I live, it's gonna be... Let me kill this guy too. Let's get some of that going down. Come on. Alright, so we got some ice cold milk, which I don't need. Drop any of that stuff. We'll drop this canine. I don't need that. That I don't need the milk. Come back to me, okay? Great. Alright, let's eat something, I guess. I'll eat this fisher plant. And then maybe I can get close enough to turn this in. We're right at our hour mark here, so I want to find a nice casual stopping point. But not in the middle of this little quest chain. I don't even know what comes next, honestly, in it. The console lights are dimmed and the gauges and dials all read at their 0 positions, everything idling. Turning the key in the lock, the control console unlocks. A red light at the top of the console turns off and all power drains from the terminal. Pulling open the face of the control console reveals a dense jumble of wires, tubing, and other strange mechanical objects, most of which seem to serve no practical purpose. Pushing them aside and digging deeper into the console, you find the Samoflange. A tug removes it from its housing. Okay, I have an empty spot. So I got the Samoflange. Okay, so I do have to bring that back. What else is on the list? The stolen booty. There's also the altered Snapjaw cell. So on the way, I could try to hit those nests up, but I don't even really care. Or okay, fine, we can. Why not? So we'll just head straight south. So we're just gonna go turn in Samoflange. On the way, I'm gonna hit those raptor horns, I think. Oh, they're a little far down. Nests are a little far. No. Alright, I never mind instead. I'm just gonna Hearthstone to Crossroads and fly to Ratchet. I don't even care. And then we're just gonna turn in Samoflange. That's it. Okay. And that will be it. So what we've done, we explored Ratchet, and we basically just did the Samoflange quest line. And, you know, we killed and got a couple other little pieces here and there on the way. That is essentially what we accomplished on our episode today, and that's A-okay. We did, I mean, exploring Ratchet, that's part of what slowed us down a pinch. What do we got here? We can make some more heavy linen bandages, and I can sell some spares. Alright, we're doing alright. Alright. We have what we need as far as that goes. But yeah, we need wool. I don't know what. I think at 115 or something you get heavy wool.
I can't carry it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna scrap those then. Yeah, and I'm getting so much extra because I'm doing these lower level quests. These two, I need that. That looks like everything else is, unfortunately, we are stuck with pretty much everything in our bag. I mean, I could continue to sell this others, but whatever. Our gold is fine, but we're gonna need to buy moves soonish too. So I don't know what we're gonna need for our next move set. I'm not gonna look it off online, but we can peek. So of course I could go with defense skill, but I don't think that the defense skill is really worth it. Altogether, I would increase it by 10. Like, what's that gonna give me? Like a partial of a percent of damage. Improved blood rage. That sounds good. Iron will. I actually think that sounds good too. But last stand, and oh, we have to have that first, so I can't go with that right away. It does give you more hit points, but then you lose them, so I don't know. Shield block can double block. That's kind of cool. Revenge does more. Defiance. Extra threat. I mean, I guess that would help us tank. Alright, so let's give him the Samoflange. Oh, you're back there, do you have the Samoflange? This is, interesting. It's a little bit better than my shield. I'll have it sent along to the Tankers Union headquarters in Undermine. I'm sure after some careful dissection and research, they'll be able to make some sense of it. Alright, so Undermine is what they're calling their base. I was questionable whether that was still considered canon. But perhaps I'll have a little look myself first. I mean, I would take that too if I knew how to use hammers, but I'll take the shield. Weniki Bolt Bucket. I think I might have broken that Samoflange. That's not good because I already told some colleagues in Underman about it and they were very intrigued. When did you do that? We've been literally standing talking to each other. We must find a way to fix it. Take the broken Samoflange to Weniki Bolt Bucket just south of Morshan Rampart, the Horde outpost between the Barrens and Ashenvale. She's very clever and inquisitive. If you showed her the Samoflange, I bet she'd jump at the chance to fix it up. Great. Just freaking great. So now we're going to have to go back up north for that, but we'll do that. So we're going to go get on the next episode, we'll get those. We'll come turn in those scythe claw things. We'll get the altered snapjaws. We'll do those. Weniki Bolt Bucket. It's way up there. So I guess we would do that, and then that would give us, figure out whatever the heck we need to do that turns us back around to go to the north. Oh, I don't think there's anything we can, oh, we do have, and literally all bags full. Full, slightly better shield. Sell what we got, and then we'll call it a wrap. Just go back to the old hotel-y po. Dead much? More like he's the one that's dead much. Why is my damage trash? Oh, is it because of this? I do 10% damage less. That's why. Okay.
Do I have a deal for you?
Alright. I don't know. Do you?
Keep it real.
Okay. So let's go to the end and go get that rusted XP as we continue. So we Didn't get that much XP because the quests were so low, and we're walking kind of far to do some things. But no, I mean, it was not too shabby. We're just going to keep it in at this tight hour. Okay, everybody. We have done it. We have another episode in the pipe, 5x5. I appreciate you watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time on Lore of Warcraft.